Welcome back inside the Mountain West Network studio. I'm Bridget Howard alongside Jesse Kurtz. Jesse, we have made it to our last stop of the 2021 Mountain West Women's Basketball Media Days. And now we are going to head on out to San Jose, California, and the campus of San Jose State University and bring in the head coach of the Spartans, Jamie Craighead. Coach, so glad to see you. It's been a while.
Super excited. Can't see you, but I hear you. We're doing great out here, and I'm just happy to be in front of a mic because it means it's basketball season.
Absolutely. Well, I'd be remiss to not ask you this first. Didn't get to play last season. How excited are you and the team to be able to be back on the court this season?
Oh, extremely excited. I miss basketball. I know they did. It was, a letdown that we had to shut down a year ago, and we can't wait. November can't get here fast enough.
This is just a reminder that if you have a question for Coach Craighead, to please press the raise your hand button to enter the queue. Now, Coach, you get Sydney Lewis, who is one of two starters returning this year, back. What are you expecting from her this season?
She was on the verge of a breakout year last year. She came back in the best shape that she's been in, very confident, leading. She's a captain this season. I expect the best basketball that she's played. She has just grown in our program so much. She's an inside outside threat, and I've always believed she's one of the best post players in our conference because of her versatility. So I expect big things. I know that she does of herself as well. I'm really thrilled that she came back to be a super senior.
Well, Coach, we've got a question for you now from hoopfeed.com. We'll now go to Cheryl Coward.
Hi, Coach. Nice to see you, albeit virtually.
Nice to see you too. Sort of.
You have a pretty heavy schedule. You're starting out with Washington State. You got UCLA on the slate. Can you talk about maybe the impetus behind creating such a tough schedule? Is that an indication in the confidence you have in this squad that you've put together with so many newcomers as well?
I think when you're putting together a schedule, it's always in preparation of your conference. I believe that our conference will be very strong this year. I also believe, yes, that, we can handle a load in the preseason based on who we've brought into the program and who's returning. Washington State, was on our schedule a year ago. Obviously, they had a tremendous year last year, made it to the NCAAs, and they do a great job there. UCLA has been a powerhouse in the country. So there'll be good tests. I look at it like we're going to be in the NCAA tournament in March, and we're going to match up against a team of their caliber in the first round. So we might as well see it early so that we can prepare and move forward and get better so that we're prepared for that moment.
Thank you, Cheryl. Coach, you hit the transfer road pretty hard. 5 Division I transfers to round out this year's roster. Who amongst that group excites you the most? It'll make some of the biggest impact.
A young lady that's going to be joining you guys here, Deja. She is going to be tremendous for us, playing in a new position, really. She played more of that trail post position at Xavier. We're playing her on the wing, and I think it suits her best. I think she's going to play her best basketball in this last year. She's really exciting. She's long. She's athletic. She can score. She can pass. She can defend. She can rebound. So we're really excited about her. And then a transfer from a conference foe in Colorado State, Ellie Bonai. She's going to be tremendous for us. We lost a few to the transfer portal as well. And we believed we got, some solid talent that fill in the roster and maybe even make us better. And then Ella Ogier, she's coming from Nebraska, Omaha. We're really excited about her. I'm honestly excited about all of them. I think that we have a great group that complement each other. There's good balance. I think that we're longer than we've been. We can, switch 1 through 5. We can do different things defensively, and we can go 5 out or 4 out. We might even go 3 out around 2 in. So I like that we have lots of options, and that makes us harder, to prepare for, and it makes us, as coaches, able to make game adjustments.
If you have a question for Coach Craighead, raise your hand. We'll get you in queue, get you called upon. When you go out and find players that fit your program, I look at the way you guys play in the high tempo, many possessions a game. Is that something that you'll continue to do? I think that's part of your makeup. Do you go find players that fit that want to play high pace?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you try to do that, right? I think it's a fun system to play in. I think most players coming out of high school or transferring would tell you that they want to play in a system where they're going to have freedom, and they can play their games. We hear that a lot. And based on playing in a system, especially offensively, where you're going to play a lot of possessions, you're going to get up and down. It's a free flowing system. It's the first best available shot. It's not like you have to have one person that's going to predominantly take all your shots. I think that players thrive in that. And we believe in our players and we give them opportunities. So I think that's a fun way to play. I think our fans enjoy it. I've always been offensive minded. I think that we're more versatile defensively this year. We can mix up, from our matchup zone we love to play to our man. I think that we can, full court press. We can do lots of different things to change tempo, and but we're never going to slow down. So, that you're always going to see that. And from a recruiting standpoint, we felt like we found what we needed in the portal. We have a transfer from a junior college that fits the system well. We've got shooters. We've got people who can put it on the ground. We've got the inside out post players, so we can really spread you out.
Coach, you're 10 wins away from becoming the second winningest coach in program history, and you're 16 wins away from 100 at San Jose State. What will those accomplishments mean to you when you get those this year?
I mean, truly, I didn't even know that. So I don't really focus on that kind of stuff. Of course, there are accomplishments, and it just means that I've been coaching for a while, and that San Jose State has taken care of me, that my players have taken care of me, in terms of, you got to win to stay in the seat. And, that's a great accomplishment, but 10 wins won't be enough for us this year. So let's hope that there's many more than that. And I think, I love what I do. So those numbers are just about the fact that I get to keep doing what I'm doing. So that's the most exciting part to me.
Well, we've got some questions for you in the queue now, Coach. We'll first go to Derek Au from KSJS Radio in San Jose.
Hey, Coach. Derek Gaff from KSJS and the Spear. My question is just what it would be like to just be able to have fans back at the event center. I know you guys didn't really have a lot of home games last year, so what would that feeling be like?
We love our fans here. I feel like, 2 years ago, we built up a fan base, that believed in our program, that they showed up to support our players. They were excited. They got to see victories and, our facilities. And I can't wait. It's for our players, like to create a college environment. We need a home court advantage. So we need people to show up and show out for their home team and support that team that represents this university. But I can't even tell you, sports aren't sports without fans. So as much as everybody continued to play last year and did a great job doing that, it's about the fans and the experience. And obviously we're just excited to get it going.
All right, we will now go to Cheryl Coward from hoopfeed.com.
Hi, Coach. When your season ended, unfortunately, what was your mindset at the time? Did you take some time to put things in perspective, and did it change your outlook on basketball? That's the first part of my question. The second is, did you pick up any new hobbies or interest in the interim? A lot of coaches are bragging about their, being on Peloton or Tonal and, doing all these other things, while they had a little bit of off time.
Nice. I did not take up Peloton. I wish I could say I did. For us, when we shut down, obviously we had to relocate back home. We were in Arizona, and once we got back and kind of got situated, there were players that were here that my assistant coaches were working out with individually. I kind of stepped away from those type of workouts and allowed them, to impact our program and our players. Definitely was a new perspective. When something, gets taken away, I think your players obviously learn a lesson that way. As a coach, it gave me a lot of planning and preparation for this season. And that's how I tried to focus, my efforts. We obviously got recruiting right away. We had a chance to really evaluate, what we needed and where we had to get to so that we could put together a competitive basketball team for the season. I was pretty bored without coaching. It was hard to watch basketball games on TV and follow everybody, but it does give you a new perspective, and our kids are excited. We're having good workouts, good practices. I think everybody is, ready to be back and excited to start games.
Thanks. Look forward to seeing you back in person.
Thank you.
Thank you, Cheryl, for your question. As a reminder, we've got a couple more minutes left with Coach Craighead. So if you have another question, please press the raise your hand button to enter the queue. Coach, your team participated in the Bay Area Women's Sports Initiative this offseason. What did that entail?
Bossy is a local organization that supports, female youth and trying to engage those female youth with players like ours that can be mentors and can show them, what sports can do for their life. And so we go out to schools and we meet with these groups, and we've been doing it now for a number of years. And I think it's kind of an emphasis for us now. Our players love it. They get to also, impact the community of San Jose, which is really, really important. And so we look for opportunities anytime we can get our players in front of people where they can get perspective and be a part of giving back to the community, as well as doing it in a way that we can emphasize sport, which I believe is, one of the things that really helped me get to where I am and who I am as a person. I think it helps develop, my student athletes, create character and leadership skills and learning how to be a part of a team. And so it's a big initiative here. Bossy is amazing, the work that they do. And we're just, thankful we can be a part of it.
Definitely some special work to be a part of. Well, Coach, we appreciate you taking the time to join us today. And we are so excited to see you and the San Jose State Spartans back on the court this season.
Thanks. Let's get to it.
That's right. Well, the San Jose State Spartans are obviously excited to get back on the court this season. After last year, they were predicted to finish 9th in the 2021-2022 preseason poll. They got one first place vote, and Jess, there's some excitement around the Spartans team.
Seems to me, and I could be wrong, it seems to me there was a couple of years ago where San Jose State was picked near the bottom, but did get a first place vote, and they were right at the top. Certainly Jamie Craighead knows how to coach. She runs a very fast style of play, which is very fun to watch. And you think about that opener that they're going to play on November 17th against Santa Clara. It'll be the first home game in 652 days. I can't imagine the emotions that will be flying around that place, whether it be for coach, the players, understanding that one, they're back on the court, two, they're getting to play on campus once again. It'll be quite the moment, no question about it, when the Spartans take the floor once again. Let's head back to the Bay Area and bring in a couple of those Spartans, Cindy Lewis and Deja Ross. Ladies, I appreciate your time. Let's start with you, Cindy. The opportunity to get back on the court, a chance to play, and I believe the number is 652 days since you have played at home. What will that moment be like for you?
I mean, it would mean everything. Being, like you said, that we were away, we had to relocate to Arizona, so that was kind of tough. We were on a resort. So being back in San Jose in front of fans and people that support us and love us, that would mean everything, because I know the energy will be felt for sure.
Deja, you come to San Jose State from across the country, from Xavier. What led you to choosing San Jose State?
So actually I had no plans of coming this far away from home. I actually wanted to go closer to home, but one of the assistants, Coach Coop, he reached out to me. It was super random. I wasn't expecting any looks from across the country. And he was just telling me how much he thinks I can make an impact here, which was something that I wanted to do, whichever school I decided to transfer to. I wanted to play my best basketball, as this is my last year playing basketball. So he found me, and I don't know, I feel like it was just meant to be. I'm not one who makes crazy decisions, but this one I could definitely say was kind of like a crazy decision, and I'm super happy I made it. So
Cindy, you're 28 appearances away from setting a record for games played at San Jose State University. To have that longevity, to consistently year in and year out make an impact and then be able to reach a mark potentially that no one has able to reach. What would that mean for you?
It'll be great being here for 5 years. This will be 5, just being coached by a great coach. She makes me feel like I make an impact and my time on the court is valuable. And I just think that being here and being healthy enough to play 28 games, well, those 28, I think it'll just be a test of like my body and how in shape I've kept myself to be able to do that.
Because you do have the longevity, the experience, Sydney, playing for Coach Craighead, and now you've got all of these new players, Division I transfers. What's your responsibility within the locker room, on the bench, at practice, to maybe be a teacher on the floor? This is the way things run. This is how we do things.
Yeah, just like you said, be a teacher, being that I've been here in the system, in the program, being that I know how coach coaches her style of play. I think that just as a captain as well, just being vocal and just letting my teammates know how things kind of are ran here and just showing it, not just telling it, showing it as well.
It's just a reminder that if you have a question for Sydney or Deja, to please press the raise your hand button to enter the queue. Deja, Coach talked about how she's putting you into a new position this year at the wing. What adjustments have you made, and what's that transition been like for you?
Honestly, I feel like the position I'm in now is the position I probably should have been playing my entire college experience. She's just been the first coach to really put me where I feel like I belong. So I'm excited. I'm comfortable. I haven't felt this comfortable playing basketball in a while. So I'm excited. I don't really have any worries, to be honest.
Well, Coach talked about the transfers, and Jesse also has mentioned it. And I'd love to know from you, Deja, as one of those transfers, what has the chemistry been like so far amongst the team? How have things been for you guys?
Oh man, this experience has been like super different for me. Usually it's hard being on a team with all females. You know, usually you have your little things that you deal with that can affect you on the court. But here, the atmosphere is different. The girls are all excited for practice every day. That's something I'm not used to. Everyone always has energy. Everyone's talking to each other, even if we're not playing basketball, if we're just hanging out in our rooms. Like, it's like a real family atmosphere. It's not just words. It's not just us just saying that so that we sound good. It's for real. So
We have a question coming in the queue while we get that in. Sydney, this chemistry and this family atmosphere that Deja speaks of, it's a team that maybe a lot of people don't know about, picked 9th in the preseason poll. Why will that be different? It sounds like you guys have something special.
Yeah, I think just like Deja mentioned, like the team camaraderie is just really good, being that we're all new, don't know each other, but we came in just with the same mindset. I think the transfers we got, like, they all kind of came here to make something happen. And being picked 9th, I mean, it doesn't really mean anything to us, like, because we kind of got a short season. Our season got canceled. So I think it's kind of one of those just throwing out votes. But I think that it kind of puts a different chip on our shoulders. So I think we're ready for it.
Sydney and Deja, we have a question from you from KSJS Radio. Derek out.
Hey, Deja, welcome to San Jose State. My question is just how have you adapted to just on-campus life here, and what's kind of stood out about the team?
The hardest thing for me coming here so far was obviously like the distance from home. Like I said before, I thought I was going to be closer to home, but I ended up going further. It's been easier as time goes on, as our schedules continue to fill up with basketball and practices and stuff. But my teammates have made the transition pretty easy. Like I was saying before, we have a family atmosphere. I'm surrounded by my sisters, so it doesn't really feel like I'm away from my family. It's kind of like a family away from home. So the transition's been pretty smooth.
All right, Derek. Well, thank you so much for your question. And to round things out, Deja, I'd love to ask you, I saw on your Instagram, do you have an eyelash business? I'm very intrigued because I know it's all the rage right now.
Yes, I do have an eyelash business. I'm a lash technician as well, when I'm not playing basketball. I've been a lash tech for about a year now. It's something that I hope to do once I do put the basketball down. So yeah, that's cool that you know that.
What piqued your interest in getting into that? I'm sure it's kept you busy, obviously, when you're not playing basketball, like you said.
Yeah. I know I don't have lashes on right now. I'm taking a break, but I usually do have like these super dramatic eyelashes. I like to play in them because I know like we're always on TV and stuff like that. So it just makes me feel beautiful, I guess you can say, when I am playing. It's something I picked up because I think it's important for like females to feel good about themselves. And right now in this generation, lots of women are getting lashes now, especially athletes, because we can't really do that much because, you know, we're wearing uniforms and sweating and so forth. So it's something I just picked up and I've got really good at it. And now I do my teammates' lashes and it's great.
Well, I'm excited to see all the lashes this year on the court. You guys will be looking great for those pictures and all your post-game interviews. So I love it. Well, ladies, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today. Deja, welcome to the Mountain West, and we're excited to see you back on the court this season.
Thank you.
Thank you.